It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Prime Ticket presents the Dodgers as they take on the Colorado Rockies. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Friday night to you, wherever you may be. I think it was Yul Brynner in The King and I who said it's a puzzlement. Well, if you look at some of the numbers in baseball, it is indeed a puzzlement. Take the Rockies and the Dodgers. They have the identical record in the Western Division, one game under 500. They go head-to-head against each other. They've each won 8 of the 16. If they played 7 games at Dodger Stadium, the Rockies have won 4 of the 7. And yet, the Dodgers are in first place, and the Rockies in last place, 19 games back. That's right, it is a puzzlement. Tonight, it'll be Colin McHugh, young right-hander out of Covington, Georgia, originally drafted by the Mets, 0-3 with the Rockies, suffering all 3 defeats at home. For the Dodgers, it will be Clayton Kershaw, trying to win his 16th, trying to beat the Rockies for the 3rd time this year, and the 10th in his career. So, it's the Rockies and the Dodgers. Pull up a chair. We've got a ball game and a whole lot more coming up right after this. California Hyundai dealers. Come test drive the fun-to-drive 2013 Sonata. By AT&T UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. And by Jack in the Box. Go big at a participating Jack in the Box with Jack's really big chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax.
Final homestand of the year, final series of the year. closing out 3 against the Rockies. Clayton Kershaw gets the nod for the Dodgers tonight. He comes in 15-9, but that's not the number you should concentrate. Jim Watson and Steve Lyons in center field. Clayton Kershaw's ERA is better than anyone in baseball. It's 1.88. To put it in perspective, the best ERA since 2005 was Roger Clemens at 1.87. In 2009, last time the Dodgers went to the playoffs, Kershaw was their best pitcher, but he got knocked around. 4 years later, he's still their best pitcher, but he's a different guy.
And he ain't getting knocked around this time, not on a consistent basis, no question about that. You look at the 15-9, you said don't concentrate on that. That's the second most wins he's ever had. He's had a season where he should be a 20-game winner like he was in 2011, 21-5. He won the Cy Young that year. He was runner-up last year. He will win the Cy Young again this year.
Sandy Koufax in 1966 put up a 1.79 ERA. Since then, Clayton Kershaw has had the best year, mathematically, of any pitcher in a Dodger blue cap. His next start will be in the National League Division Series Game 1 on Thursday as the Dodgers return to the playoffs for the first time since 2009.
After a long road trip that saw them go to Arizona, San Diego, and San Francisco, and they come home for the final 3 games of the regular season, and they're against the Colorado Rockies. The Dodgers thrilled to be back, and of course for Don Mattingly and company, this is the beginning of the 3-game rehearsal getting ready for the postseason, either to be in Atlanta or St. Louis. We get a report that Atlanta defeated Philadelphia 1-0, so we will wait to find out about the Cardinals, who play the Chicago Cubs. Starting the day, Atlanta and St. Louis had the exact schedule, but Atlanta had an edge head-to-head over the Cardinals. So if it happened today, the Dodgers will open up against St. Louis. One thing we do know, the Colorado Rockies are in town. Walt Weiss leading the parade in his first year as a manager. And we'll take a look at the names on his card. Charlie Blackmon in center field, DJ LeMahieu at second base, Troy Tulowitzki at shortstop, and Michael Kadaya in right field. Nolan Arenado, the flashy third baseman, and then the veteran of 17 years proclaiming his retirement on Sunday, Todd Helton at first base. Charlie Culberson will be in left field. Jordan Pacheco behind the plate batting 8th. Colin McHugh out of Covington, Georgia will be on the mound. On the mound for the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw trying to win his 16th. Also trying to beat Colorado for the 10th time in his career. He's been very tough against them here. He is 4-2 against the Rockies with an earned run average at home of 1.7. And of course, his earned run average is brilliant no matter where he pitches, 1.8. And the last 16 starts, it's hardly conceivable that he would improve on that. His ERA is 1.7. So he's ready. So is Charlie Blackmon. And we're about ready to get this ball game underway. Another interesting thought as we conjure up whether the Dodgers play St. Louis or Atlanta. Clayton Kershaw is 2-3 against St. Louis with an ERA of over 3.5. Zach Greinke is 3-1 against the Cardinals with an earned run average of 2.2. We'll get to Atlanta in a minute. The pitch to Charlie is in for a strike, and we're underway. Kershaw, no record against Atlanta, an ERA of 2.5. Greinke against Atlanta, 0-1, high ERA of 5.7. Foul ball outside of first base on this beautiful Friday evening. The temperature 71 degrees. Couldn't get much nicer. No breeze, no wind to bother. Just a lovely night and beautiful night for a ball game. Dodgers and Rockies, Blackmon, LeMahieu, and Tulowitzki in that order. Kershaw comes back with a changeup in there. Strike 3 call. So 0-2 changeup, and that just freezes Blackmon. Down he goes, 1 away. We'll take a look at the Dodgers with the leather, and they shape up this way. Gonzalez and Ellis, Gordon and Uribe, Crawford, Kemp, and Puig, Ellis behind the plate, Kershaw on the mound. So the only regular not in the lineup is Hanley Ramirez, and Don Mattingly was saying that Hanley will play tomorrow. LeMahieu, first ball swinging, a fly ball to right field. Puig comes up, makes the catch for the out. And just like that, 2 down in the first inning. According to Mattingly, Hanley will play tomorrow. Sunday, we'll see how much he wants to play. I'm not worrying about his timing. He's going to be sore throughout the playoffs, but I don't think there's any doubt he'll be out there in the postseason. He's not going to want to come out. So Ramirez in the lineup tomorrow evening. 2 down here in the first inning. Troy Tulowitzki hitting .313. 25 home runs, 81 runs batted in. Certainly the best all-around shortstop in the major leagues. So Troy waiting. Into the windup goes Kershaw, and the first pitch dips a little low, ball 1. A healthy Tulowitzki is a remarkable player in every area. We'll look up to see how he has fared against Clayton Kershaw. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. Tulo bangs it up the middle for a base hit. So Troy Tulowitzki, who has 10 hits and a home run against Kershaw, greets him with a line drive single. And the batter now, Michael Kadire. Michael Kadire against Kershaw is hitting over 300. Kadire, right-hand batter, the right fielder, and having a big year, hitting .335, 20 home runs, 84 runs batted in. So Kershaw, a look over at Tulowitzki. Troy a short lead, held on by Gonzalez. Kershaw works the plate, gets it in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Tulowitzki is not a base stealer. He'll leave that up to LeMahieu and to Carlos Gonzalez and others. Troy has 1. Kershaw, who does a good job of stopping the running game anyway, comes back over the top and gets another strike. And the count 0-2 to Michael Kadire. Kadire hitting .335. Chris Johnson is second to him in the National League at .325. In September, Kadire is hitting .420. He's leading the pack. Now the strike 2 pitch, very high, ball 1. For the Rockies, they are leading the majors in the month of September, collectively as a team, hitting .303. Should they hold on, it would be the 6th time they finished up with a flourish like that. 1-2 the count to Michael Kadire. Kershaw from a stretch, another look. Now the left-hander back with a fastball very high, and the count 2-2. Where you're starting, Charlie Blackmon struck out looking on a changeup. DJ LeMahieu first ball swinging fly to right. Tulo first ball swinging single to center, and now 2-2 the count to Michael Kadire. Right-hander waiting. Kershaw comes after him, and it is swung on and popped up on the left side. D. Gordon, the shortstop tonight, makes the catch, and that's that. No runs, 1 hit, a man left, and at the end of half an inning, Rockies nothing, Dodgers coming up. We can take a look at the Dodger lineup, and they shape up this way. Yasiel Puig in right field, Carl Crawford in left, Matt Kemp hits third in center field. Adrien Gonzalez at first, Juan Uribe at third, A.J. Ellis behind the plate. Mark Ellis at second base, D. Gordon at short as Hanley Ramirez rests tonight, and Clayton Kershaw on the mound. On the mound for the Rockies, right-hander Colin McHugh out of Covington, Georgia. He's 6'2", a 200-pounder, 26 years old. He was originally drafted by the Mets out of Berry College. That was 5 years ago. Though he spent some time in the minor leagues making the usual stops in the Mets organization. Then he made the usual stops in the Rockies organization. So he only played in 8 games for the Mets, then came back this year to play in 3 for 11, and now here he is making a start. Looking for his first victory. He is 0-7 in his career. Greeting him will be Puig, followed by Crawford and Kemp, and Yasiel looks at a strike, and they count 0-1. We told you that Atlanta beat Philadelphia 1-0. The Cardinals are having their way with the Cubs. They're now in the 6th inning, and the Cardinals are breezing 7-0. So I think it's reasonably safe to say Atlanta and the Cardinals are 95-65 as Puig fouls one and off his foot, so timeout. 1-2. Big victory for Pittsburgh tonight. They're battling for home field advantage. They're dead even with Cincinnati during the regular year. In that Pittsburgh victory, A.J. Burnett. (4-1) the final score for the Pirates. as A.J. Burnett beat Homer Bailey of no-hit fame. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Yasiel Puig, high and away, 2-2 the count. The Reds losing at home now trail Pittsburgh by 2, and of course it is paramount for the Reds to rally back tomorrow. The pitch in the dirt pushed out in front of the plate, 3-2 the count. The Pirates, of course, left home last Sunday, and they were faced with the bleak prospect of perhaps never playing at home for the rest of the year and having to play the wild card game in Cincinnati. But it's yet to be unraveled. 3-2 is a ground ball to short. Up with it there is Tulowitzki to throw him out. So Puig, a ground ball, 1 away. And the batter now will be Carl Crawford. We can take a look at the Rockies defensively. And they have Helton, LeMahieu, Tulowitzki, and Arenado. The outfield of Culberson, Blackman, and Kadire. Pacheco behind the plate, and Colin McHugh on the mound. The batter now, Carl Crawford, who is hitting very well in the recently ended Giants series, hitting .283, looks at a strike on the outside corner. 5 home runs, 28 runs batted in, and of course the most important thing for Crawford, he came out of the Giants series healthy. He takes a look at the next one low, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. 1 hit in the game. That was a single by Tulowitzki in the top of the first. Crawford, a high chopper up the middle, and now the Dodgers have a base hit. So Carl Crawford certainly looks ready for the postseason as he bangs one up the middle, and the batter will be Matt Kemp. No score, bottom of the first, game 1 of the 3-game series. Interesting for the Rockies, they are trying to win a series at Dodger Stadium. In their 20 years, they have won a series here 4 times. And they begin the 3-game series for Walt Weiss, leading 4-3. So here's Kemp. McHugh, a high set, just about at the collar. Right-hander over the top, and the first pitch down and away. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Kemp backs out, heaves a big sigh. Jordan Pacheco out to the mound to talk to Colin McHugh. Colin always dreamed growing up in Georgia of pitching in Turner Field. He was a Braves fan, and admittedly, being a pitcher, his favorites were Glavine, Smoltz, and Maddox. And late last year, pitching for the Mets, he pitched in Turner Field. Right-hander ready, and the 1-0 pitch on the way to Matt Kemp. Colin delivers, ground ball back at third, down to second for a force. A bounce throw to first gets away, and Kemp's aboard. So they get a force play. Crawford is erased. Matt grounding into a 5-4 force. Had the throw been handled cleanly at first, it would have been a pretty easy double play. So that'll bring up Adrien Gonzalez with Matt Kemp at first. Todd Helton. All eyes on Todd for the weekend, his final weekend in baseball. He had a dramatic day Wednesday, his final game at Coors Field before a sellout crowd. His first at bat after all the pregame ceremonies, wouldn't you know, he hit a home run. Later on, he had a sacrifice fly, and for good measure, he had a double. So the great first baseman for the Rockies, holding Kemp, and here's Adrien Gonzalez. Throw over there. Kemp diving back to the bag. Matt Kemp 9 for 9 in stolen bases. Gonzalez waiting. McHugh delivers low and away. Ball 1, 1-0. Adrien Gonzalez hitting .294, 21 home runs, 99 runs batted in. So he would certainly love to finish up the regular season with 100. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Adrien has a look, pays the price of a strike, and the count 1-1. Gonzalez out for the moment, now gets back in. 1-1 the count. McHugh set. Tall right-hander deals low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Troy Tulowitzki, the shortstop, overshifted to his left, not quite behind second base, but he is certainly way over, so far over that Arenado is almost to the shortstop hole. The second baseman, LeMahieu, is on the rim. The outfield, however, is about straight away, and the pitch fouled away. So they swing the infield towards first, and the center fielder, Charlie Blackmon, is shading Adrien a little bit towards left center field. So it's like real estate, location, location, location. And that's the way the Rockies set up, which is pretty much the way all teams in the league play defensively against Adrien. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McHugh, another look at Kemp. The pitch to Adrien fouled away off to the left upstairs. Still 2-2. A reminder as far as the pitching for this last weekend. Juan Nicasio and Zach Greinke tomorrow night. Tyler Chatwood is a question mark, but the Dodgers definitely will have Hyun-Jin Ryu. So 2-2 the count. Throw to first. Kemp back standing up. So Ryu making his own notes along with Nolasco taken in the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. First inning, no score. McHugh a high set. Kemp hasn't really done much at first, just standing. Meanwhile, the ball is whacked into right center field. It's going to land between the outfielders. Fielded by Kadire, and that stops Matt Kemp at third on a long single by Adrien Gonzalez. So he didn't get the 100th RBI, but he did get a base hit. Had Kadire not played the ball on a bounce, it would have gone through, and then Adrien would have had that 100th ribby. So it was a good play by Kadire on the right, coming up with the ball and then getting it back in. So first and third, 2 down, and Juan Uribe coming up. First and third, 2 out. Uribe hitting .272. He has 12 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Right-hander McHugh's fastball is fouled away, and the count 0-1. McHugh hitting .92 on the fastball. Dodgers have the book on McHugh. He throws a fastball and a cutter, slider, curve, and a change. Strike 1 pitch off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Colin McHugh pitched briefly with the Mets last year and this year, and now with the Rockies. 1-1 pitch on the way. Right-hander's fastball is hit to center. It's over the head of Blackmon. He's going to have to play it off the wall, and he's having trouble doing that. So 1 run scores, and they're going to score Adrien Gonzalez as well. And the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead. Blackmon had trouble playing the ball off the wall, and then when it did come off, he didn't handle it cleanly. That allowed Gonzalez to score, so they'll probably give him the error for allowing Adrien to score from first. For Uribe, a long double over the center fielder's head to cash in Kemp, and then the error charge to center fielder Charlie Blackmon allows Gonzalez to score, and the Dodgers lead 2-0. So Adrien Gonzalez didn't get an RBI, sending Kemp to third, but they both come home. Now the batter is A.J. Ellis, and he takes a strike. They flashed double, but they have not flashed error, which is surprising because everybody knows Gonzalez doesn't score from first. Would not have scored if Blackmon had handled the ball cleanly in center field. Strike 1 pitch sprayed foul off to the right upstairs, and the count 0-2. So the Dodgers grateful for the 2, and now Ellis trying to make it a 3. AJ 49 runs batted in, trying to pick up Uribe. And the strike 2 pitch on the way. Slider down and away. 1-2 the count. AJ Ellis hitting .237, 9 home runs, 49 runs batted in. McHugh set, looks back at second. Now works his hitter. That's pulled on the ground to the hole, just under Tulo's glove. Fielded in left field. The throw is wide and wild. So not only does the 3rd run score in the inning, but down to second goes A.J. Ellis. And the Dodgers lead 3-0. Not much of a throw from Culberson coming from left field. So A.J. Ellis grounds a single to cash in Uribe. And he will take second on the throw to the plate. Just under Tulowitzki's glove. A better throw would have gotten the runner, but the throw was in foul ground far away from home plate. So this is an inning that sees Gonzalez score from first on a double and Uribe score from second on a single to left field. Meanwhile, on that last pitch, Rockies worrying about the starter as if he might have hurt himself a little bit. Colin McHugh walks from the gathering onto the grass to kind of collect himself. Tough inning for him. He got an out, then Crawford single. Kemp might have had a double play, but the throw on a bounce to first couldn't do it. And then Gonzalez singles, Uribe doubles, A.J. Ellis singles, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. So McHugh apparently caused some concern with the Rockies. They went running out there as if he had hurt himself. Big Jim Wright, the pitching coach, leading the parade. Meanwhile, Clayton Kershaw enjoying everything, leading 3-0 here in the first inning, sitting alongside of Adrien Gonzalez. And the batter is Mark Ellis, trying to pick up AJ. Mark checks in. McHugh's slow breaking ball is off the plate. Ball 1. 1-0. Tough inning for the young man from Georgia. 3-0 Dodgers. Mark Ellis hitting .267. The next pitch, fastball on the inside corner for a strike. That evens it up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mark, a half a dozen home runs, 46 runs batted in. Had a couple of doubles last night, going 2 for 4. 3-0 Dodgers first inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mark Ellis. On deck, D. Gordon. McHugh's fastball, that's in for a strike, and the count 1-2. Colin McHugh, 26 years old, 6'2", about 200. He has A.J. Ellis taking his lead from second. And the 1-2 pitch on the way to Mark Ellis, fouled away. So we told you Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati 4-1. Atlanta took care of Philadelphia. Chris Medlin outdueled Cliff Lee. Medlin threw 2-hit shutout over 8 innings. Then Kimbrel came in to save his 50th game. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Mark grounds it up the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes A.J. charging at Blackman, and his throw is way offline, all the way to the backstop, and down to second goes Mark Ellis, and the Dodgers lead 4-0. So the Rockies outfielders, Messrs. Culberson and Blackman, are having a bad time trying to make a good throw to the plate, and the Dodgers lead 4-0. On that bad throw, Mark Ellis goes to second base. So the Dodgers having a good time here in the first inning at the expense of Walt Weiss, who was a wonderful shortstop in his playing day. So he's going to have to hold school for the outfielders, Culberson and Blackman. So 2 out. The 8th man to come to the plate is D. Gordon. And the left-hand hitter fouls it right over the head of Clayton Kershaw. Wow. Kershaw was standing in the disc in the on-deck circle, and that thing was really close. First thing Clayton did was put his hand on top of his helmet. That's where he was, and that was close. 0-1 the count to D. Gordon. Next one is swung on and missed. Gordon hitting .236. Might play a very important role in the playoffs, with an asterisk and a footnote if he's on the roster. But I mean, if you are looking late in the game for a runner who can fly, he's your man. Strike 2 pitch on the way. Off the plate, ball 1. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 1 hit for the Rockies. Bottom of the first inning. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. McHugh comes back, pitch inside, and he goes 2-2 to D. Gordon. Another thing about this inning, an expensive inning for pitching. 33 pitches so far made by Colin McHugh. Colin nods yes, now set, and the 2-2 pitch to Gordon is swung on and missed, and that ends the inning. 8 Dodgers come to the plate, 4 come home, they leave 1, and at the end of an inning, 4-0 Dodgers. Four to nothing in the second inning. Among others, it'll be Nolan Arenado, then Todd Helton, and Charlie Culberson. Also for the Dodgers, remember, Matt Kemp hit into a force play. He was the 3rd batter, and that was the 2nd out. And the Dodgers then scored their 4 with 2 out. So Helton hitting behind the leadoff man, and Todd coming up after Arenado. Todd hitting .317, over 2,500 hits, 369 home runs, 1,400 RBIs. You'll have to wait to see him. And the hitter is Arenado. Clayton Kershaw ready, delivers, and gets a strike, and the count 0-1. Clayton trying to win his 16th, trying to beat the Rockies a 10th time in his career. Strike 1 pitch to Arenado. He has a look, and that's off the plate. And 1 ball and 1 strike. Arenado, playing third base, has committed 11 errors, but he's very flashy, very, very good with the glove. The 1-1 pitch way out in front of a change, 1-2. So that pitch dropped all the way to 74 miles an hour. Nelson Arenado. Arenado hitting ahead of Todd Helton, so that's a big job. And the 1-2 pitch is pulled foul. Still 1-2. Arenado from Lake Forest, California, went to El Toro High School. In high school, when he was a senior, he hit safely in 27 of the 28 games. That caught a lot of eyes. Fouls another one away. He's 6'1", 210, only 22 years old. He was a second-round pick by the Rockies out of 2009 and was this year named the #1 prospect in the Rockies farm system. So the 1-2 pitch to Nelson Arenado is fouled away. Well, as a #1 prospect, he has certainly held up, hitting .269 with 10 home runs, 51 runs batted in. In the minors, he hit as many as 20. The next pitch straightens him up, a fastball at the knuckles, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Clayton made only 11 pitches in the first inning. He's made less than that right now, and there's another chopper foul outside of first. So he's made 8 pitches now to Nolan Arenado. A couple of years ago, Arenado led all of Major League Baseball. He had 122 runs batted in. That was at Modesto. Right hand batter waiting, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Kershaw swings. It's whacked to left. Crawford comes along and grabs it for the out. So Arenado hit the ball hard enough. Lines to left field. One down. And now here is Todd Helton. We showed you his glistening credentials a moment ago, but they're still worth looking at. Remember, this weekend will be the last time you'll see Todd playing baseball. 17 years and the absolute franchise player, the face of the club in Denver. Kershaw ready and delivers, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back, and the count 0-1. There they are once again to look at, because a model of consistency. That would be Todd Helton. The strike one pitch is fouled back, and the count 0-2. Of course, Helton's big play was when he signed that 9-year deal. That contract went through last year, and it was worth $141.5 million. But he has been worth every penny of it. Strike two pitch on the way. Todd looks, and it's low and inside. Ball one. 1-2. Pretty good battle. Clayton Kershaw going up against Todd Helton. Helton hitting .297 against him. And the pitch to Todd, chased and missed, and down he goes. Helton has 1 home run and 9 hits in his battles with Kershaw. 2 down in the second inning, and Charlie Culberson coming up. Culberson, the left fielder, made a poor throw, swinging the bat well, hitting .300, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Into the windup goes Kershaw. Clayton's fastball is a little high. 1 ball and no strikes. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball grounded foul. Sounded like a cracked bat. Yep, he cracked it. A little bit of a celery stalk. He didn't break it, but you could just hear it. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Charlie Culberson. Kershaw is allowed a hit, struck out 2, and the Dodgers lead 4-0. One ball and 1 strike. Culberson back up. He is the catcher. Jordan Pacheco on deck. 1-1 pitch, fastball swung on, pop foul off to the right of the plate, coming over but no play, but a look. A.J. Ellis. 1-2 the count. Always got a kick at how accustomed catchers are to be kneeling in the shin guards at home plate. and then very happily get into a crouch. And you realize you do that day after day, night after night. Remarkable. And they thrive on it. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's taken a little bit high. 2-2 the count to Charlie Culberson. Dodgers lead 4-0, and we're in the top of the second inning. 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on, whacked into left field for a clean base hit. So Arenado hit it hard, but lined out. Now with 2 out, Culberson singles to left.
Jordan Pacheco.
And the batter will be Jordan Pacheco. One catcher saying hello to the other. Pacheco has been a good pinch hitter, 10 for 37 coming off the bench. They sent him down for about 3 weeks. Meanwhile, a throw over the first and the pickoff, and that's Kershaw at his best. Kershaw controls the running game, and he just nailed Culberson. Got that great move, only this time it wasn't the move. His legs remained straddling the rubber, and he just flipped over and nailed it. And at the end of an inning and a half, 4-0 in favor of the Dodgers. You can now secure postseason tickets with the purchase of 2014 season tickets. To learn more, visit Dodgers.com/season tickets or call a season ticket representative at 323-DODGERS. Clayton Kershaw, when he picks off Culberson, that was the 44th career pickoff for Clayton. He has done such a magnificent job shutting down the running game. He's allowed 46 and he's caught 42. And he takes ball one. Another note, 32 pickoffs where the first baseman throws to second base to nail the picked off runner. He's really done a tremendous job. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count 1-1. We're in the second inning. Clayton worked 28 pitches in the first 2 innings, leading comfortably 4-0. McHugh delivers, and he's high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. To repeat, Zach Greinke will be pitching tomorrow night against Juan Nicasio, and Hyun-Jin Ryu will pitch Sunday, although we understand Tyler Chatwood will not pitch on Sunday, according to the Rockies notes. Chad Wood is going to finish 8-7 in 20 starts. So he's worked very hard. 3-2 the count to Clayton Kershaw. The fastball is swung on and missed, and down he goes. So back-to-back strikeouts. Gordon to end the first, Kershaw to start the second, and the batter will be Yasiel Puig. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits for the Rockies. Puig rolled a short. He's 0 for 1. And the first pitch is a ground ball to the left to short. Nice big hop for Tulowitzki, who gets it over to Helton. And down goes Puig a second time. Twice playing pepper with Tulowitzki. So with 2 out, the batter will be Carl Crawford. And Crawford began it with a base hit up the middle. Matt Kemp followed and hit into what might have been a double play, but went for a force, and the Dodgers really took advantage of that. If they get the double play on Kemp, McHugh is out of the inning. Instead, they missed the double play, and he gave up 3 singles and a double and 4 runs. He misses with his first pitch to Carl. 1 ball and no strikes. McHugh comes back 1-0. That's a little high. 2-0 the count to Carl Crawford. Left-hand hitter waits. The 2-0 pitch fouled away. 2-1. Crawford, among other things, in 55 games after the All-Star break, he's hit a very solid .292. He's at .287 with runners in scoring position. So he's been very valuable. The 2-1 pitch swung on, line to left field, but coming up to glove it is Culberson, and that's the inning. So the Dodgers go 1-2-3, and at the end of 2, they lead 4-0. Inning. He'll be facing Jordan Pacheco, who was left at the plate when Culberson was picked off. The lowest opponent batting average. Can you imagine Sandy Koufax in 1965 when he struck out 382, held the opposition to 179. 2 years earlier, 189. Don Sutton tied that. And this year, Clayton's batting average, 193. Fly ball to left field, picked off by Carl Crawford. 1 pitch and 1 away in the 3rd inning. Couple of balls well hit, however. That one was Arenado's line drive caught by Crawford, and Culberson, before he was picked off, got on base with a line drive single. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers, no runs, 2 hits for the Rockies. Colin McHugh, right-hand batter, the pitcher for Colorado, looks at a strike, and the count 0-1. On deck, Charlie Blackmon. Now the strike one pitch on the way. Swung on, line drive, whistling right by the glove of Clayton Kershaw as he dropped to his knees. I mean, that's a scare. So he's had 2 of them tonight. Remember, the foul ball off the bat of D. Gordon almost hit him in the head in the on-deck circle. And this line drive went right over the top of his head and glove as he dropped to his knees. So Clayton is not quite ready to pitch, and we can understand that. So McHugh, the opposing pitcher, a line drive single. Each base hit has been hard hit. The single by Tulowitzki, Culberson single, line drive out by Arenado, line drive caught off the bat of Pacheco, and now the line drive by the pitcher. Here's Charlie Blackmon, struck out in the first inning. Swing and a miss in the count 0-1. Even as a left-hand hitter, Blackmon came into this game 5 for 10 against Kershaw in his career. Charlie batting .311, half a dozen home runs, 21 runs batted in. Kershaw, look over at first, short lead by McHugh, and the fastball is fouled back. 0-2 the count. For Colin McHugh as he stands at first base, I'm sure they got the ball for him. That was his first major league hit. No balls and 2 strikes. McHugh with a busy tongue. 0-2 the count. Kershaw, look over there, now to the plate, and the breaking ball is swung on and missed. Big curve ball to strike out Blackmon a second time. So since he was 5 for 10 coming in, Kershaw is trying to do a little catching up, and he has nailed him twice. 3 strikeouts for Clayton.
Second baseman DJ LeMahieu.
That'll bring up DJ LeMahieu, who flied to right field in the first inning. LeMahieu was hot for a while, had a 14-game hitting streak, and it was snapped when they used him as a pinch hitter. Right-hand batter fouls it away, and the count 0-1. You look at the lineup put out there by Walt Weiss, and you realize there are 3 fellows whom you might have expected to play tonight who are not playing. Here's the strike one pitch instead of throw to first. We're talking about Dexter Fowler, Carlos Gonzalez, and the catcher Willen Rosario. Well, Dexter Fowler is hitting .421 against Clayton. Carlos Gonzalez 167 with 2 home runs against him. Strike one pitch, check swing for a strike. That makes it 0-2. Willen Rosario, a .267 batting average and 1 home run against Kershaw. Rockies came into the game in last place, 19 games back. They've won 72 games. They have 15 games under 500. The strike 2 pitch on the way, fastball away. But as we mentioned in our opening remarks, it's amazing. Both the first place Dodgers and the last place Rockies have the same record in the Western Division. 36 wins, 37 losses. Of course, Don Mattingly not happy about that at all. Here's the 1-2 pitch, fastball at the knees, strike 3 called. Down goes LeMahieu. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Clayton, gives him 4 strikeouts, and at the end of 2.5 innings, 4-0 Dodgers. Kemp, Adrien Gonzalez, and Juan Uribe. You know, Sunday is Fan Appreciation Day here. Be sure to stick around after the game. Dodgers will be hosting a post-game rally to prepare the Dodgers for the postseason. There'll be prize giveaways, player interviews, and special guests. So be sure to come to the game on Fan Appreciation Day. There'll be a lot of prizes given away throughout the game. And then after the game, be a chance for the rally and even more gifts to be given out. Bottom of the third, Matt Kemp hit into a force play in the first inning. A bounce throw to first base. Helton could not handle it, and the Rockies lost the double play. If they make it, McHugh is out of the first inning, and who knows? They didn't make it, and the Dodgers scored 4. First pitch to Matt off the plate, ball 1. 1-0 to Matt Kemp. McHugh ready. Tall right hand, his next pitch low at Matt's ankles. 2 balls and no strikes. Four runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers, no runs, 3 hits for the Rockies. 2-0 pitch on the way. Matt shies away from the pitch up and in. Ball 3. 3-0. Dodgers trying to get Matt sharp for the postseason, considering the fact that he lost so many games to the DL. Here's the 3-0 pitch on the way. Matt swings a high fly ball, but that's all it is, and I mean high. And Charlie Bachman one-hands it for the out. So they green light Matt, trying to give him a little extra rip, and a fly ball. 1 down. Adrien Gonzalez. Base hit that he whacked into right center field. A good backup by Michael Kadaya prevented Kemp from scoring on the base hit, so it prevented Gonzalez from his 100th run batted in. Didn't help the Rockies, however, as the Dodgers then followed with a double by Uribe, single by Ellis, and a single by Mark Ellis. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and the count 0-1. Atlanta won its 95th game. They beat the Phillies 4-1. Strike 1 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, 0-2. The Cardinals leading the Cubs 7-0. So you figure the Cardinals will keep pace with Atlanta. They will each have the same record, 95 and 65. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh upended Cincinnati. 0-2 the count. In the dirt, they put up a roadblock for Adrien. 3 on the right side of the infield. Nolan Arenado all alone between short and third. They're now in the 9th inning in St. Louis. 7-0 Cardinals. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count for Adrien Gonzalez. Into the windup goes McHugh, and he's low in the dirt. So he goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thinking about the Cardinals scoring 7, it doesn't look like they're going to have one of their most valuable players for the playoffs. Certainly not the division. We're talking about first baseman Alan Craig. 2-2 pitch is swung on and whacked to right. If it's fair, he's got 100. It is fair. 100 RBIs for Adrien Gonzalez, and he touches them all on his 22nd home run. It reminded you a little bit of the first home run that he hit as a Dodger. A high fly ball just inside the foul pole. That one was hit a little harder and a little longer. 6 times in his career has Adrien Gonzalez knocked in 100 RBIs. 6 times. Prince Fielder has done it 6. Miguel Cabrera has done it 7. And here's Uribe, who had doubled. So the Dodger lead is 5-0. And Gonzalez with a single and a home run tonight. The next pitch is on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Adrien Gonzalez Marching and Chowder Society. A long drive down the line and back in a good 12 rows. The 1-1 pitch foul back. Maybe instead of marching and chowder, the taco and fajita. Marching. Anyway, 5-0 Dodgers. We're in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Juan Uribe, poked into right field. Nice bit of hitting. The Uribe, they always talk about staying inside the ball, and he had to be inside. The pitch was outside, and he just poked at it, slapped it into right, and he's 2 for 2. Take another look. It's out there, right where he could handle it. So the Dodgers 5 runs, 7 hits. Rockies no runs, 3 hits. 1 out. A.J. Ellis singled. A.J. hitting .239. He has 50 RBIs. He ducks under a breaking ball for a strike, and the count 0-1. Ellis looks down to Tim Wallach. 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd. Dodgers breezing for the moment 5-0 behind Kershaw. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Little breaking ball drops in nicely. 0-2 the count. That was only 72 miles an hour. For Colin McHugh, he's allowed 5 home runs in about 25 innings. Strike 2 pitch swung on, high fly ball. It's playable. Blockman and Culberson, and it will be the left fielder Culberson. 2 down. Mark Ellis coming up. Mark Ellis singled to cash in A.J. Ellis in the 1st inning. So he has 47 runs batted in, hitting .268. When the Rockies come up in the 4th inning, it'll start off with Troy Tulowitzki. There goes the runner, the pitch, a strike, and the throw, a bad throw. And as Uribe slides in, he actually kicks the ball into left field unintentionally, but he winds up at 3rd. So Pacheco's throw was right in the path of the slide. And Uribe just minding his own business, sliding into 2nd, and his spikes and the baseball meet right there, and off into left field it goes. So it'll be a stolen base for Juan Uribe. They have to account for his presence at 3rd, so Pacheco draws an error. So with 2 out, Mark Ellis trying to pick up Uribe, and Mark tries to go after a curveball, comes up empty, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes. So Juan Uribe stealing 2nd and advancing to 3rd on the throw. Meanwhile, Mark Ellis left empty at the plate. Uribe, by the way, is 5 for 5 in stolen bases this year. And at the end of 3, it's 5-0 Dodgers. Twitter poll. Do you think a pitcher, let's say like Clayton Kershaw, should be eligible to win an MVP award? Tweet hashtag pitcher MVP yes or pitcher's MVP no. Always interesting to get your thoughts on a question. Interesting. Remember when the Dodgers clinched the division and went wild in the final game in Arizona? Tonight, the Cardinals just beat the Cubs 7-0. They win the Central Division title, first one since 2009. Hopper to third. Uribe is up with it. Cranks up the throw in time, and that'll do it for Tulowitzki. One down. Anyway, the Cardinals won tonight at home. You would think they were shaking hands after winning the first game of the year. I mean, if you could possibly split a television screen, show the Dodgers celebrating in Arizona, show the Cardinals celebrating in St. Louis, you would not believe it. Of course, I always think of the great football coach Vinny Lombardi. The first pitch now in for a strike to Kadire. You know, you see the wide receivers, whoever, they catch and go into the end zone touchdown. Then they put on a big show. And I remember Vinny, who was a no-nonsense man anyway, and I knew him well enough to say that. Anyway, he used to say to these young receivers, when you score a touchdown, make it look like you've been there before. Well, if you wanted to compare the two division wins, the Dodgers and the Cardinals, you would look at the Cardinals and say, they are acting like they have been there before. And the Dodgers, of course, acted like it was a miracle upon miracles. It really was something in direct contrast. Meanwhile, 1-2 the count to Kadire, who swings, fouls it at the plate. Though Michael is still there. Popped to short in the first inning. One ball and two strikes, one out, fourth inning. Kershaw has allowed 3 hits, no runs, picked off 1. 1-2 pitch to Kadire, low in the dirt, blocked by AJ. 2-2 the count. Dodgers trying to beat Colorado for the 9th time in 17 meetings. The Rockies have played them tough. 2-2. Kadire swings, hits a hopper, one-handed. Nice play by Mark Ellis to throw him out. Wow. So Ellis takes a hit away from Kadire, and we have 2 down in the 4th inning. And the batter is Nolan Arenado. Well, that ball was a one hopper, and it had some mustard on it. And Ellis makes a good play. Arenado hit the ball well in the 2nd inning. He lined out to Carl Crawford. So Mark Ellis, as steady as she goes at second base. 5-0 Dodgers, top of the 4th, 2 away. Kershaw's pitch, big overhand breaking ball, check swing, no swing, says Jim Reynolds. 1 ball and no strikes to Nolan Arenado. One-0 pitch on the way. Arenado has a look, pays a price, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. James Hoy is the plate umpire. James Hoy has been a big league umpire 6 years, graduate of Ohio State University. The next pitch is low. 2-1 the count. Arenado, as we mentioned earlier, an important spot in the lineup with Helton hitting back of him, which usually means you're going to see more fastballs than anything else. 2-1 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. 2-2. Kershaw has struck out 4. He's allowed 50 pitches, and the 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball, fouled at the plate. Arenado just did get a little bit of that big slow overhand curve. Nolan walks away talking to himself. They all do that. 2-2. Arenado, I think, feels he should have either hammered that curveball or not swung at it. He's second guessing himself. 2-2 pitch is just off the plate. 3-2 the count. Not a case of Kershaw missing. He really hit the target. AJ was just holding the mitt a little bit outside. 3-2 to Nolan Arenado. And the 3-2 pitch from Clayton Kershaw. Fastball swung on and missed. And now Arenado is really hot at himself. Throws his helmet down, the bat down. Might as well throw the gloves down. And at the end of 3.5, 5-0 Dodgers. Boys, get an award-winning Farmer's Burger topped with farm fresh veggies, cheese, bacon, and avocado. By Chase, send money to almost anyone, anywhere with your smartphone. Chase Quick Pay, so you can. And by El Pollo Loco, crazy you can taste. Bottom of the fourth inning with the Dodgers leading 5-0, and the club will have Gordon, Kershaw, and Puig in that order against Colin McHugh. So the young right-hander working on Gordon, who struck out in the first inning. D has a look at a slow curveball in for a strike. 0-1. The infield is back, but then Arenado moves up. Just about on the edge of the grass if you're thinking about Gordon trying to bunt. Instead, 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch on the way inside, ball 2. Colin McHugh looking for his first major league victory, but he's down 5-0 in the fourth inning. 3-1. McHugh is due to bat fourth when the Rockies hit in the fifth inning. He's made 68 pitches. Fastball in there. Three and 2. And little pop foul coming off is Arenado. Plenty of room. So Gordon fouls out, leading off the fourth inning, and Clayton Kershaw coming up. Well, here's what happened today. The important game right now. Atlanta beat Philadelphia 1-0, and the Cardinals clinched their division, beating the Cubs 7-0. So they're dead even. Now the battle for home field advantage. Pittsburgh defeated Cincinnati 4-1. And the pitch now to Kershaw, ball one. So the Dodgers, the way things will play out, the team with the best record will play the winner of the wild card. The team with the second best record will play the Dodgers. Well, Atlanta and St. Louis have the exact same record. And if they wind up tied, Atlanta won 4 of the 7 meetings this year with St. Louis. Soft line drive off the glove of Tulowitzki and on out into left field. So Clayton Kershaw, with everything else, pretty good hitter. He has 14 hits, including a home run, and 10 runs batted in. So the batter now, Yasiel Puig, as we take another look at Kershaw's swing. It's a good one. Up the ladder goes Troy Tulowitzki. It hit the very tip of the webbing of his glove, slowed it down a little bit. Ball one to Yasiel Puig. Puig hitting .323. He has been absolutely exceptional with the bases empty. 1-1. This year, with nobody on and nobody out, Puig is hitting .429. Jeff Bagwell hit .455 one year. John Kruk and Adrian Beltre hit .434, and then there's Yasiel. That's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out. Kershaw at first. Check swing as he falls away on a breaking ball for a strike. 2-2. Interesting, and it's force of habit. Clayton Kershaw got a base hit, and Puig came up, and the first thing Tulowitzki did was put his glove up to his mouth, which is the old trick, and you either open your mouth or you keep your mouth closed as to who's covering second base on a steal. But you know Kershaw is not about to do any running, but it's automatic no matter who it is, and that's one of the oldest things in baseball. And they settle it before the game. If my mouth is open, let's say I'll cover, shut, you cover. Kershaw's going. The pitch is low for ball 4. So Puig strolls to first. Kershaw goes to second. And the batter will be Carl Crawford. So McHugh, with everything else, 8 hits, 5 runs, now walks his first man. No one throwing yet in the Rockies bullpen. Although, as we said, McHugh is due to bat 4th when the Rockies hit in the 5th inning. So here's Crawford, singled and flied to left, and ball 1. Carl a solid .284. Kershaw at second, Puig at first, 1 out. And a drive to right. If it's fair, it's going to go. It's down the line, gone. Home run for Crawford. 8-0 Dodgers. So Carl Crawford has really been red hot. He was that way in San Francisco. Now he gets a pitch down around the knees and just pulls it right into the foul line area. It was fair by enough. Back about 5 rows. So 8 runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers. Crawford a single and a 3-run home run. First home run since May 6th. And the batter is Matt Kemp. Shies away from a high breaking ball. Ball one. Kemp hit into a force play in the first inning. They allowed him to swing 3-0 in the third inning. And he flied to center. Off speed in there. 1-1. A broken bat, fly ball to shallow right. Coming up to play it, Michael Kadire. So 2 down. Boy, that bat went in several directions.
Number 23, Adrien Gonzalez.
Adrien Gonzalez coming up. Gonzalez singled in the first inning but didn't get his 100th RBI. Matt Kemp had to stop at third. So in the third inning, Adrien took things into his own hand, hit his 22nd home run, and he now has 100 runs batted in. Has to be a very disappointing night for Colin McHugh. Young fella looking for his first major league victory, and it's not coming easily. Jeff Manship gets up down in the Colorado bullpen. McHugh came in 0-3, and his earned run average was 8.6, and he has given up 8 runs in less than 4 innings. Two and 1. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for McHugh. And that's going to go and covered up in short right field to take a hit away. So the middle man going out to make the play, LeMahieu. So Crawford, however, hit one where it couldn't be caught. And at the end of 4, 8-0 Dodgers. As well as the Dodgers when they look at the schedule. Yep, 2 more games left in the regular season, Saturday and Sunday. And then the division series starts Thursday. Your guess is better than ours. Will it be Atlanta or will it be St. Louis? Wherever it will be, the Dodgers will play Thursday and Friday, and then home for the 6th and the 7th, and then the big game, if there is one, on Wednesday the 9th. Meanwhile, we reach the 5th inning, and Todd Helton strike 0-1. Helton struck out in the 2nd inning. Todd, 253, 15 home runs, 61 runs batted in. His greatest year, probably 2001. He had 49 home runs, 146 runs batted in, and hit .336. Oh, and 2. Foul back. Dodgers scored 4 in the first, 1 in the third, and 3 more in the fourth. Ball 1. Kershaw has allowed 3 hits, struck out 5. That's fouled away. Upstairs. The last Friday night fireworks show, of course, that'll be tonight. Sunday, Fan Appreciation Day, so lots going on here in the ballpark. Hope you'll be out here to join and enjoy it with us. And for Helton, big swing, and he comes up empty, strikes out a second time. Half a dozen strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw, and the batter will be Charlie Culberson. You know what must be difficult? A fellow like Todd Helton, he was so great, and of course now he's at the end of it. He knows, he was quoted as saying, "It's a young man's game, and I'm too old to play it." Boy, when greatness has to compete with itself. You know the toughest golfer Jack Nicklaus ever fought? Jack Nicklaus. Todd is 40 years old. I mean, that doesn't make him decrepit by any means, but to play every day in the big leagues, yeah, 40's a lot. Maybe if you're a knuckleballer, you pitch every 5th day, but not the grind. 1-1 to Charlie Culberson. That's a high twisting fly ball going foul, chased by Gonzalez. No play. Eight runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 3 hits for the Rockies. Jordan Pacheco, the catcher, is on deck. Culberson single to left and was picked off. It was not the classic step and throw. And there is strike 3 on Culberson. So that's 3 strikeouts in a row. 7 strikeouts for Clayton. So he's on a roll. And Jordan Pacheco coming up. Big curveball. Wow. And looking at Kershaw's strikeout years, he had 12 against Milwaukee. He had 10 against Colorado. And he had 10 against San Diego last time out. Fastball. So he looks like he's got it all tonight. Not only great stuff, but great control. 2 out, 5th inning, 8-0 Dodgers. And there's that curveball. Ooh, that is public enemy number 1. 0-2. Fastball just low. Josh Rutledge will come out and bat for McHugh if given the opportunity. There's 2 out. A ground ball to third. Up with it there, Uribe, the long throw, and that's that. So that's 8 in a row retired by Clayton. He has struck out 7, and at the end of 4.5, 8-0 Dodgers. Postseason action, then like the Dodgers on Facebook or follow them on Twitter and Instagram, and you'll get up-to-the-minute news, images, and more. For additional information, visit Dodgers.com/social today. Couple of changes going out in left field. Corey Dickerson will take over for Charlie Culberson, and on the mound, Jeff Manship will take over the pitching chores on a claim that, well, it just got away from young Colin McHugh, and the Dodgers piled up 8 runs. Manship in his 11th game, and he's 0-5. So you had 2 pitchers hoping to get a victory tonight. The ship has passed McHugh, so Manship is in there on his own. Manship getting ready. He'll be facing Uribe, A.J. Ellis, and Mark Ellis. Uribe a double and a single. Knocked in a run and stole a base. Takes a strike. 0-1. By the way, if you are keeping score of this little gem, Corey Dickerson, the outfield, is going to bat 9th. That means he will lead off in the 6th inning. Uribe hitting .276. Check swing foul. Jeff Manship out there on the mound facing Uribe. He's 6'2", 210. Born in San Antonio and lives in Texas. 28 years old. He spent 7 years in the Minnesota Twins organization. During all that time, he was in 8 games in 09. Came up 4 times with Minnesota. 3-2 the count. So Jeff Manship, 6'2", 210. 3-2 pitch to Uribe. Swung on, pulled to the hole, through for a base hit. For the Dodgers, their 10th hit. For Uribe, his 3rd hit tonight. He's 3 for 3. So 8 runs and 9 hits went against Cole and McHugh. And now Manship is greeted by Uribe with a base hit. A.J. Ellis single to left and fly to left. Eight nothing Dodgers. Kershaw breezing, 7 strikeouts. He's retired 8 in a row. Boy, he has great stuff. That's in there. 1-1. Fastball and a high fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Dickerson. It is gone, and the Dodgers lead 10-0. For A.J. Ellis, his 10th home run, and no doubt about it. For the Dodgers, their 3rd home run hit tonight. You had Gonzalez with nobody on. Then you had Crawford with 2 aboard. And then you have Mark Ellis with Uribe aboard. 10 runs, 11 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 3 hits for the Rockies. And a ground ball base hit into center field. So, well, it can be feast or famine. And tonight, certainly the Dodgers feasting. They struggled in San Francisco, that's for sure. Winning 2-1, losing 6-4 and 3-2. So the batter is D. Gordon. Hard ground ball into right field and down the line. Mark Ellis on his way to third. The ball bobbled in right field by Kadaya. On a double by Gordon, Mark Ellis stops at third, and the rout is on.
Pitcher number 22, Clayton Kershaw.
So Gordon hits it an inch by the glove of the diving Todd Helton. And the Dodgers at second and third, nobody out. And you have Kershaw, Puig, and Crawford. Clayton with a home run opening day, remember. How would you like to be the Rockies infielder? You're down 10-0 and you play up. And ball 1. Four hits already against Manship. And a roller to the right side. Dodger runners will hold. 1 away. So Gordon at second. Ellis at third. 1 out. And here's Puig.
Right fielder number 66, Yasiel Puig.
Yasiel Puig, we just wonder. He's been very quiet. He's grounded out twice and walked. We'll see if he hungrily goes after the first pitch. Puig with 19 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Not much you can do about that pitch anyway. Ball 1. Juan Nicasio will be pitching tomorrow night against Zach Greinke. Rockies have announced Tyler Chatwood would not pitch on Sunday, but we're not sure who will be pitching. It's to be announced. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-1. Two and one. Dodgers not doing any excessive celebrating. They know how Colorado feels. In fact, just think back to the last Giant game here. Giants beat the Dodgers 19-3. So they're just quietly taking their runs and being very thankful. 2-1. 2-2. Fastball got him, I think, on the foot. Left foot. Either part of the foot or the ankle bone itself, or even maybe an inch or two higher than that. If you're a big league hitter and you foul a ball on your foot, 99.9% of the time you will foul the ball on your front foot. Right-hand batter, you foul it on the left foot. And a high fly ball. Now let's see. Are the Dodgers going to tag up? No. When you're winning 10-0, I think there are certain courtesies extended to the other team. There was no reason for Mattingly to press the issue. So Puig, a fly ball. Now the batter is Crawford. So limping a little bit down to first. He's still favoring the foot a little bit when he gets to the Dodger dugout. Puig going 0 for 3 with a walk. He's hurting in several areas. Ensure the ego as well as the foot. Ball 1. Two down, 5th inning, 10-0 Dodgers. Two and 0. And ball 3. So in the inning, Uribe single, A.J. Ellis homered, Mark Ellis single, D. Gordon doubled him to third, Kershaw ground ball with the infield in. No action there. Puig a fly ball to right. There was no action there. So it's still second and third. 3-0 to Crawford. That's a strike. 3-1. Manship relieving McHugh, who gave up 8 runs. And little ground ball to the right side. DJ LeMahieu makes the play. So the Dodgers get 2 and leave 2. And at the end of 5, 10-0 Dodgers. Back in 1961, Sandy Koufax beat the Phillies 2-1, and he had 7 strikeouts. The difference, Kershaw has 231. Koufax with his 7, he had 269 to break the record held by Christy Mathewson. 4 years later, in 1965, Koufax had 382 strikeouts. And with that, let's go back to this one.
Right field, number 33, Scott Van Slyke. Leading off the 6th inning for the Rockies.
Yes, Sandy, always in our thoughts. And I'm sure with the Dodgers going into postseason, we'll see him. Meanwhile, Scott Van Slyke is now in right field after Yasiel Puig fouled that ball off the left ankle or foot. 0-1 to count to Corey Dickerson. He'll be followed by Blackman and then LeMahieu. 10-0 Dodgers, and we're just moving along into the 6th inning. Another fastball strike. 0-2. Corey's been around a while this year. Been in 67 games. 23 of his hits have been for extra bases. Just off the plate, 1 and 2. Dickerson comes into the game hitting only .212 against left-hand pitching. Chases one. Down he goes. The out has to be recorded at first. 8 strikeouts now for Clayton Kershaw. He's also retired 9 in a row. And the batter will be Charlie Blackmon, who was 5 for 10 coming into this game against him, but Charlie has struck out twice, though he's now 5 for 12. Dodgers 10 runs, 13 hits. Rockies no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. And a hopper backing up for it. Mark Ellis. 2 down. And the batter will be DJ LeMahieu. 10 in a row now retired by Clayton Kershaw. DJ is flied to right and struck out. Fastball strike. You wonder just how long Clayton Kershaw will pitch tonight. He's in the 6th inning. He's made 73 pitches. That'll be up to Rick Honeycutt, Don Mattingly. That's the assignment. Keep them sharp, but at the same time, give them some rest and get them ready. One and two. Troy Tulowitzki on deck. And hit to right field. Van Slyke racing to his left. He'll have to play it on a bounce. So a 2-strike single to right by DJ LeMahieu will bring up Troy Tulowitzki.
Coming to the plate, shortstop number 2.
That snaps the streak at 10. Tulowitzki walked up in the 1st inning, hit Kershaw's first pitch for a single up the middle. Last time up, swung at the first pitch and grounded to 3rd. Tulo, 25 home runs, 81 runs batted in. DJ LeMahieu at first. Interesting they would hold him on. And a strike. The chances of DJ LeMahieu stealing a base down 10-0 are pretty slight. He has stolen 18, however, in much better games than this one. Just off the plate. So with Kershaw, he has not walked anybody, and when he misses, he's just missing by inches. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, just missing. Pretty good discipline by Tulowitzki. He's not going to go fishing. That's in there. 2-2. Kershaw only 80 pitches. Fastball, and he got it low and in the dirt. 3-2 the count. So Tulowitzki, exercising discipline, has gotten deep into the count. 3-2. Heaving a big sigh. 10 runs, 13 hits for the Dodgers, no runs, 4 hits for the Rockies. There goes the runner on a fly ball to center. Kemp going back, reaches up, and that's it. So Tulowitzki, a long out to center. He goes 1 for 3. They leave LeMahieu, and at the end of 5.5, 10-0 Dodgers. And a reminder, catch all the action of the 2013 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and TBS. The excitement begins October 1st with the National League Wild Card game on TBS. That will be Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. By the way, in case you missed it, Pittsburgh defeated Cincinnati tonight. Atlanta knocked off Philadelphia, and the Cardinals defeated the Cubs. Matt Kemp followed by Adrien Gonzalez and then Juan Uribe. Matt taken all the way. 0-1. Carlos Marmol begins to throw in the Dodger bullpen. Fastball, 1-1. We mentioned earlier about how far do you think Don Mattingly would have Clayton Kershaw pitch tonight, with the Dodgers breezing 10-0. Check swing, no swing, 2-1 to count. Don Mattingly said he doesn't plan to limit their pitch counts. They'll be pitching on 5 days rest, talking about Kershaw and Greinke. Check swing again, and a swing this time. 2-2 the count to Matt Kemp. So certainly the pitch count doesn't have anything to do with Clayton Kershaw. He has breezed while striking out 8. Rick Honeycutt talking to him all about delivery, follow through, all of the endless things you have to do. And Kemp meanwhile goes deep and draws the walk. Adrien Gonzalez coming up. He had 99 runs batted in. He had singled in the first inning, but Kemp could only go to third. So right there, out over the plate, just above the knees. Got a hold out of it, hit it down the line, about 8 rows back in. 100 runs batted in. 6 times in his career. Prince Fielder has done it 6 times. Miguel Cabrera has done it 7. Kemp at first, nobody out. They're not holding him. Again, they don't expect the Dodgers to be stealing any bases. And with a 10-0 score, the Dodgers don't expect the Rockies to try to steal. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Matt Kemp is 0 for 3. Yasiel Puig went 0 for 3. And everybody else in the lineup has at least 1 hit. Foul back. Manship relieving McHugh, who gave up 8. Manship gave up 2 of the first 2 batters he faced, but he's moved along since. 2-2. Still 2-2. Juan Nicasio and Zach Greinke tomorrow night at 6:10. And then the final game of the regular season, Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pull foul into the crowd, though it's still 2-2. Dodgers scored 4 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. And Manship now goes 3-2. A.J. Ellis busily engaged in a conversation, and his buddy Clayton Kershaw resting. And there's ball 4 to Adrien, so 2 walks, nobody out, and the batter will be Juan Uribe. For Walt Weiss, one of those brutal nights that happens to every ball club. As we mentioned, it happened to the Dodgers last time they were home with the Giants, losing 19-3. Juan Uribe doubled, singled twice, scored twice, stole a base. And a strike, 0-1. Not much to say about a 10-0 ball game. 2 on, nobody out. One ball and 1 strike. And ball 2. Manny Corpus gets up down in the Colorado bullpen. High foul behind the plate. Well back into the crowd. Fastball alley. That was 90 miles an hour. Matt Kemp at second. Adrien Gonzalez at first. Nobody out. 2-2 the count to Juan Uribe. And he drives one down the left field line, right at the bullpen gate, to be caught by Corey Dickerson, and the runners hold. So Uribe so near and yet so far, and that's the first out.
Catcher number 17.
Down in the Dodger dugout, Clayton Kershaw, arms folded. A lot of fellas were shaking his hand. Zach Greinke will be out there tomorrow, right there with him. Clayton went 6, allowed 4 hits, struck out 8, no walks, leading 10-0. And from his attitude in the dugout, and Marmol continues to throw in the bullpen, he's done for the night and should win his 16th. That's a strike to AJ. Single to left to drive in a run, flied to left, and then hit a 2-run home run in the 5th inning. 3 RBIs, scored twice. 0-1. That's another strike. 0-2. So Mattingly, without a pitch count, not that Kershaw needed it, but he'll be lifted apparently. Carlos Marmol will come in. They'll take a look at him. When you look at the Dodger pitching staff and you look at the postseason, and down goes Ellis, you figure that the last 9 outs of the game will be very important it is not too much to expect that Greinke and Kershaw will at least go 6. But then 7, 8, 9. Right now, and this is just the last couple of weeks, 7, 8, 9 would mean Belisario number 7, maybe Brian Wilson pitch the 8th, Kenley Jansen the 9th, and if you need the left-handers, Dodgers could have 3 left-handers in the pen if they decide to go that way. They have J.P. Howell, and of course they have Paco Rodriguez and maybe Chris Capuano. 0-1 the count. 2 on, 2 out. 10-0 Dodgers. That's a strike to Mark. Mark singled, struck out, singled, knocked in a run. Check swing. 1-2. If indeed Kershaw is finished for tonight, and we have every indication that he is, his earned run average, he will finish the year with an ERA of 1.83. Next up, Jose Fernandez of Miami, 2.19. Zach Greinke is 4th at 2.67. But wow, 1.83. That's another foul ball. He should finish 16-9. 10-5 in his career against the Rockies, beating them 3 times this year. At home, his earned run average will actually drop against the Rockies. Here at Dodger Stadium coming into the game, he was 1.7 against Colorado. That's a drive to the gap, and it's gonna fall. So Matt Kemp will score. The ball gets away, and Tim Wallach does a nice thing. He just stops Adrien Gonzalez. That was easily another run. Wallach just does not want to embarrass Colorado. Their outfield has really been shaky. Some bad throws by Blackman and Culberson, and on that ball hit to the gap, they had a problem. Dodgers could easily score 2. Here comes Blackman. He can't get it. Then the ball goes the other way behind Kadire. And the throw finally gets back in. Gonzalez could have walked easily. Tim Wallach stopped him. They're going to take out Troy Tulowitzki now. Josh Rutledge will take over at shortstop. Rutledge, remember, was out on deck to bat. So the game is turned into a shambles for the Rockies. It's 11-0 Dodgers, and we'll be back. As far as the regular season is concerned, he put on a great performance. It was obscured by the fact the Dodgers lead 11-0. But Clayton was very much on his game with 8 strikeouts in 6 innings, no walks, and just 4 hits. So Manny Corpus coming in. Manny with a high ERA. Of course, when you pitch in Colorado half the year, you figure to have a high ERA in the Mile High City. So Corpus facing D. Gordon with runners at second and third. Two out. Gonzalez at third. Mark Ellis at second. And ball one. Manny Corpus has worked 1 inning or less each of his last 14 outings, and he's trying to get Gordon to end this inning. And there's a hopper to right side. Nice play by LeMahieu. So mercifully the third out is recorded. Dodgers get one, could have had more, and they lead 11-0. You buy AT&T. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. By Audi. Truth in engineering. And by Captain Morgan. Raise your glass, always in moderation. With the Dodgers leading 11-0, they make 2 changes. They change the battery. Carlos Marmol will take over. And behind the plate, Drew Butera. So the battery comes out and the new battery comes in, with the Dodgers leading 11-0 as we go to the 7th inning. It will be Mike Kadaya, followed by Nolan Arenado, and then Todd Helton. And then they would get the Corpus spot. The pitcher spot is right behind Helton. So we'll see now about Carlos Marmol. Marmol, you get the impression, is always fighting his control. And when you look it up, he's walked 40, struck out 58. With the Dodgers, he's walked 19 and struck out 26. So it's a battle. 0-1 the count. Kadire popped to short, grounded to second, 0 for 1. Michael hitting .334. 0-2. The base hits for the Rockies, all 4 of them. LeMahieu has a single to right. Tulowitzki had a single to center in the first inning.
Culberson singled. He's no longer in the game. And the pitcher, Colin McHugh, had his first major league hit. Otherwise, a pretty forgettable game for him, but he did get his first hit in the third inning. The way Kershaw was pitching tonight, he looked like he had perfect stuff. Fly ball. Kemp may not make it, but he does in a burst of speed at the last minute. But Matt Kemp makes a wonderful play with a big grin on his face. He came a long way. He had to make sure too that Carl Crawford was coming over. That was run region for the Gwynn. So one away, and Nolan Arenado coming up. Arenado lined out, and then in the fourth inning struck out on a fastball, and boy, he was angry at himself. Slamming the bat down, the helmet down. He got a bit of fire in his belly, hitting .268. 10 home runs, 51 runs batted in. Two and 0. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Marmol 6'2", about 215. Originally signed by the Cubs back in 1999. Had a great career from 06 through 13, or at least into 13 with Chicago. Two and one to count. Marmol doesn't figure to pitch more than an inning. That's a strike. So the Dodgers have a little activity in their bullpen. J.P. Howell, instead Chris Capuano. We were mentioning earlier, if they want three left-handers, Capuano is healthy again, we understand. That's off the plate, though Marmol goes 3-2. Off speed, a changeup. Arenado way out in front of it. So he strikes out a second time. That would be the 9th Rocky to strike out after Kershaw had struck out 8. And with 2 down, Todd Helton coming up. The Rockies in their years have had a couple of good years where they got into the division and once in the World Series. But most of the time, as good a player as Helton is and was, there has to be a lot of games that were pure drudgery. But he never let up. The tribute to the man. He's right in there tonight, hacking away. 0 for 2. 1995, the Rockies played in the division series, but they lost to Atlanta. 2007, their finest hour, they got to the World Series, but they lost to the Boston Red Sox. And then in 2009, they got to the division series only to lose to the Phillies. So after 17 years, only 3 of them have really been fun. But Helton has carried the team and the interest of the fans. And the other night, Wednesday night, when he called it an official retirement, there were quite a few tears shed in Denver. Three and 1 to Todd Helton. The ripe old age of 40. 15 home runs, 61 runs batted in. And drives it to center. Kemp is there, reaches up to backhand it. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we're heading to the bottom of the 7th, 11-0 in favor of the Dodgers. Fox Sports Live, the sports and highlight show you've been waiting for, is here. Fox Sports Live, airing nightly on Fox Sports 1. Todd Helton has called it a night after that long fly ball to center. Ryan Wheeler will take over at first base. Meanwhile, the Dodgers leading 11-0. Carlos Marmol is due to come up, and Drew Butera, who came into the game with Carlos, the catcher, will lead off. Butera's had 5 at-bats, 0 for 5. His dad Sal in the big leagues. Big foul out of play, 0-1. A.J. Ellis had a single to drive in a run and a 2-run home run. So a big night for A.J., 3 RBIs. And here's Drew. 1 ball and 1 strike. Drew Butera from Evansville, Indiana, lives at Lake Mary, Florida. Went to the University of Central Florida. 1-1. Fouled away. University of Central Florida isn't very old as universities go, maybe 40 years old. They now have, as I understand it, something like 56,000 students in the University of Central Florida. It has just exploded. Sliced, and that's going to be a base hit down the line. Over to get the ball is Kadire. Holding on is Butera. Butera was up with the Twins in 2010, 11, 12, and with them this year. So he's had a few hits and a couple of home runs. And he now gets a line drive single into right field. For the Dodgers, hit number 15. Scott Van Slyke finishing up for Yasiel Puig, who had that foul ball hit him either on the foot or the ankle. So Scotty finishing up. 2-0 the count. Van Slyke, 7 home runs, 19 runs batted in. He'll be playing in the postseason, especially with Ethier sidelined and questionable. Ball 3. Dodgers have an additional outfielder, of course, and that would be the swing man. Skip Schumacher, an outfielder, can also play second base. Nick Punto, I don't believe is available on ball 4. Punto down in the dugout alongside Mark Ellis. He had an ingrown toenail, very painful, so there's no need to make him play tonight. So we'll see whether we catch Punto at all. Van Slyke out there along with Butera now on the walk. And here's Crawford, singled and homered. His homer with 2 men aboard. That was in the 4th inning. So Carl has a half a dozen home runs, 31 runs batted in. Off the plate, 1-1. Juan Nicasio and Zach Greinke tomorrow night. Two and one. So Greinke with Ryu on one side of him, Punto on the other. Kershaw should pick up his 16th tonight. Greinke will also be going for his 16th. Zach is 15-3. Kershaw will 16-9. Two and one. 11-0 Dodgers, bottom of the 7th inning. Ball 3. The paid attendance tonight, 52,367. That would be the 27th sellout this year. That's a strike. 3-2. I think that fans summed it up perfectly. It has been a yawner. Dodgers scored 4 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. And down goes Crawford. So 1 away. We have time to talk about the Twitter poll. Remember the question, do you think a pitcher should be able to win an MVP award? 89% of you said absolutely. Why not? Matt Kemp hit into a force play, flied to center when they let him swing 3-0, flied to right, walked, and scored a run. 1 ball, no strikes. Kemp and Puig were the only players without a hit because Gordon had a double in the 5th inning. Now Puig is gone, so Kemp is the only one in the lineup who started without a hit. 1-1. Matt's hitting .271, half a dozen home runs, 33 RBIs. Slider. 2-1. Kemp is hitting .250 in the past, against Manny Corpus. 3-1 the count. Kemp on a 3-1 pitch. They let him swing 3-0 earlier. He's swinging 3-1. Chopper at fourth, at third, the throw to first, and they get the double play. The double play that eluded them back in the first inning. So a good play by Nolan Arredondo, and it's still 11-0 Dodgers. Hits. They've also had 3 home runs. In looking at the top records in the National League, Atlanta and St. Louis are dead even again, so it's still undecided where the Dodgers will play, either in St. Louis or in Atlanta. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, they're battling. They'll have game 2 of the 3-game series to decide the home field advantage. Interesting with the Pirates and the Reds, they are so tough against each other. The Pirates and the Reds have split 16 until Pittsburgh won today. They've each won and beaten the other by a run 3 times. The Pirates average about 3.5 runs against the Reds, and the Reds average 4 against them. Meanwhile, it's time to change a little bit, and the Dodgers are doing just that. Capuano comes in, and then the Dodgers switch the furniture around. Scott Van Slyke is now the first baseman to finish up for Adrien Gonzalez. The outfield, Nick Buss takes over in left field for Carl Crawford. Alex Castellanos takes over in right field. Remember, it was started by Puig, then Van Slyke, and now Castellanos. Dodgers make the move as we go to the 8th inning. So the big club got pretty much a full workout tonight. Josh Rutledge, the shortstop. So Tulowitzki and Todd Helton come out of the game. For Chris Capuano, this is his bid. You know, he had that groin problem. Worked it out. Now trying to make sure that, and he is of course eligible. Off speed. He should be struggling with his control. The last time he appeared in a game was September the 6th in Cincinnati, and he worked an inning and 2/3. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul back. Josh Rutledge is an Alabama boy. He's from Coleman, Alabama. Went to the university. 24 years old, 6'1", 190. Rockies signed him in 2010. He was playing for Alabama when they signed him. 1-2. Infielder plays second and short, playing short tonight for Tulowitzki. 2-2 the count. Rutledge, when he was a freshman at Alabama, he hit .369 in 61 games. Didn't record a home run in his first 21 major league games. That's a strike. Inside corner. So Rutledge bites the dust. Marmol had 1 strikeout. Capuano gets a strikeout. So 10 Rockies have struck out. Clayton Kershaw had nailed 8 in his 6 innings. Jordan Pacheco, the catcher, flied to left, grounded to third. Breaking ball fouled away. 0-1. Went to the University of New Mexico. Jordan Pacheco. Oh, and 2. Dodgers would certainly have a great deal of maneuverability to add a healthy Capuano along with J.P. Howell and Paco Rodriguez. 0-2. Fastball 1-2. 11 runs, 15 hits for the Dodgers. 3 home runs, a couple of doubles. No runs, 4 singles for Colorado. Time. Corey Dickerson, who is finishing up in left field, is on deck. Buchera, perhaps not having caught Capuano before, goes out to talk things over, how they've been pitching. Pacheco flied to left, grounded to third. So Jordan 0 for 2, and Drew Buchera settling behind the plate. Fastball got him looking. So that's 2 strikeouts for Capuano. That means 11 Rockies have struck out. Right there. So Corey Dickerson coming up. McHugh had singled, and then Dickerson in a double switch came in and struck out in the 6th inning. Breaking ball, strike. Well, you would think that Capuano's been pitching every 4th day. He hadn't been in a game since the 6th. 0-1. And line drive speared by Gordon. And that'll do it in the 8th inning. So we're heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. Dodgers 11, Rockies nothing. Outs tonight. He leads with 232, and after 6 innings, they figured that's enough. He's pitched 236, so he looks sharp, and he's now will be rested and ready to go in the postseason. Meanwhile, the Rockies have used McHugh, Manship, Corpus, and now Mitchell Boggs. Boggs out of Dalton, Georgia, been in the big leagues over 3 years. He lives in Dalton. Big fella, 6'4", 235-pounder. When he was with the Cardinals, he led the National League. He had 34 holes, setting a Cardinal team record. And last year, his earned run average 2.2. He was selected by the Cardinals out of the University of Georgia. So Mitchell Boggs ready to go to work. Dodgers have already gone to work. Adrien Gonzalez spot will be filled by Alex Castellanos, and he takes a strike. So Castellanos finishing up in the outfield and batting in Adrian's spot. Adrien had a walk, single, and a home run to give him 100 RBIs. Comebacker, one away. Juan Uribe has doubled, singled twice, stolen a base, flied to left, scored twice, and knocked in 2. The National League's top winners as of this stage: Jordan Zimmerman, 19-9. Adam Wainwright, 18-9. Clayton Kershaw will go home tonight, 16-9. Jorge De La Rosa and Francisco Liriano each have won 16. It looks like the big game between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh on Tuesday will be Francisco Liriano and Matt Latos. (2-0). Little nubber at the plate. 2-1 to count. Dodgers tonight got that strong performance by Clayton Kershaw. Marmol came in and pitched an inning, and then Capuano made 12 pitches. Not that that's going to get him sharp, but it certainly made him lift his spirits. Did very well, striking out 2 of the 3 men that he faced. Three and 1 to count to Juan Uribe. Fastball missed. So a 1-out pass to Juan Uribe. Remember, A.J. Ellis came out of the lineup for Butera. So Nick Buss, who's playing left field, will come up. Nick Chili Buss.
Left fielder, number 48, Nick Buss.
So the young left-hand hitter checking in. Made his debut September the 14th and picked up his first career hit. This time pops it up back a third down the line. Shortstop Rutledge comes over to make the catch. Nice play. So Buss pops it up. Uribe holds, and we have 2 down in the 8th inning.
14, Mark Ellis.
Mark Ellis staying in will be coming up. Ellis has 3 hits tonight. Twice single to center, also single to right, 2 RBIs. He could easily have had another RBI. Gonzalez could easily have scored when they had trouble with the ball in right center field. But Wallach, with the club leading 11-0, stopped Gonzalez. Adrian's not 100% physically. Of course, when you get down to this stage of the year, of a long year for a regular, Not very many of them are 100%. 1-0 to Mark. One and one. Big man hits 94 on the gun. Ellis has his average up to 271. Two and one. Mitchell Boggs with Colorado in his 9th game. Coming over from St. Louis, he had an earned run average of about 8.5. Fastball hit to the left of short. Rutledge takes it to the bag, and the Dodgers are done in the 8th inning on the force play. So we're heading for the 9th with the Dodgers leading 11-0. Top of the 9th inning, and the Dodgers now bring in their 4th pitcher of the night, and that would be Brandon League. He has a tough act to follow because Kershaw went 6 and did not allow a run, struck out 8. Marmol pitched an inning, did not allow a run, struck out 1. Capuano pitched an inning, did not allow a run, and struck out 2. And now Brandon League. You start looking at the bullpen and figure out there's a lot of competition down there. Maybe Marmol and League, for all we know, are battling for a spot in the bullpen for the division series. So Brandon ready to work, and it's the top of the order. Charlie Blackmon struck out twice, grounded out, 0 for 3. Blackmon, a .300 hitter, half a dozen home runs, 21 runs batted in. Juan Nicasio tomorrow night against Zach Greinke at 6:10. That's going to go down the line, slicing foul, out of play. Big crowd here tonight. Beautiful evening. It was 71 degrees when the game started, and 52,367 here. 27th sellout this year. One ball and one strike. Dodgers this year averaged 45.9, almost 46,000 a game. With 52 tonight, they're now over 3,600,000 with 2 games left. Big shot to the left of Gordon. He's over there to get it. So the leadoff man, Charlie Blackmon, goes 0 for 4. And we have 1 out in the 9th inning. One of the pitchers wearing the Colorado uniform is Roy Oswalt, who has been a very successful pitcher. All night we've been talking about how important it is in that Pittsburgh-Cincinnati series. The Pirates, in facing the Reds, certainly might wish they had Roy Oswalt in his prime. Roy against Cincinnati in a great career. He was 23-3. 0-1. DJ LeMahieu hitting .280. 2 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Comebacker. So League comes in quickly, gets 2 out. Rockies are down to their last out. Jonathan Herrera will be coming up to bat. So Jonathan Herrera, 2 out, 9th inning, and your club is down 11-0. Hitting .288. 1 home run, 16 runs batted in. Dodgers, by winning tonight, have a slight edge against the Rockies. That's all it is, a slight edge. They have split 8 here, and the Dodgers will have won 9 of the 17 with 2 to go. One ball and 1 strike. Yep, there it is. The National League Western Division champions. Cardinals clinched the Central Division. Atlanta locked it up a while ago. Ball 2. So Kershaw went 6 tonight. We'll see if that's the plan for Greinke to go 6. 2-1. Comebacker off the glove. Deflected onto the grass and no play. The League had the comebacker from LeMahieu, but he couldn't handle the one by Herrera. That'll go as a base hit. So Herrera base hit against League. That is the 5th hit allowed by Dodger pitching tonight. We're in the 9th. It's the first hit since LeMahieu singled in the 6th inning. And here's Michael Kadire. Popped to short, grounded to second, fly to center. Little roller. Uribe gets a nice hop, throws on the run, and that's it. For the Dodgers, 11 runs, 15 hits, no errors. The game really was all over by the 4th inning. League made 11 pitches. For the Rockies, no runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors. Almost everybody in the lineup with a base hit except Matt Kemp tonight. He went 0 for 4, did have a walk. So the Dodgers also had home runs tonight. Adrien Gonzalez to give him 100 RBIs. Crawford a 3-run home run. And A.J. Ellis a 2-run home run. And smiles from Juan Uribe because he had a walk, 2 singles, a double, and stole a base. So it was all Dodgers tonight. We'll see about tomorrow. Stay tuned for Dodgers Live coming up next. Good night, everybody.